Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm back to break down this 7-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. Before we get into it, guys, if you do enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could just take 1 second to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload, that would be greatly appreciated. I'll be here all NBA DFS season long, breaking down these NBA DFS slates to help you win some money night in and night out, and to help you become better NBA DFS players. If you are interested in some further content from me, I do offer an NBA DFS package over here on Patreon, where you get access to my premium NBA projections, NBA data sheet, player stats, team stats, play contact stats, my core plays, my injury impact insights, NBA Discord chat access, ask me questions all the way up until lock. I've been playing daily fantasy sports since 2016, guys. I've been a member of these other NBA DFS subscriptions, these other sites, you know, the big name ones where they charge you $30, $40 a month. And I can tell you what I've put together offers everything they offer at a much more affordable price. So go ahead and check that out, link below in the description. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start breaking down this slate today. First game on the slate, Brooklyn taking on Detroit. Kevin Durant is going to continue to be out health and protocols. He's expected to be back on Friday, so keep an eye on him. But you know, he's expected to be out all week long. Kyrie Irving is listed as probable, so he's going to be back on this one. We have James Harden and Kyrie Irving, and then DeLon Wright is listed as questionable, and so is Wayne Ellington on the Detroit side. So if those guys are out, I don't know. We're going to have to see. Frank Jackson and Dennis Smith are also listed as questionable, the new acquisition for Detroit. So, but right now, this game comes with a 233 over-under with an 8.5-point spread in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. So, expected to be a fast-paced game, as all Brooklyn games are going to be this year. And yeah, I'm really going to like James Harden. I'm really going to like Kyrie Irving with no Kevin Durant. These guys are going to get all the usage on the team. Lots of shots that go around for Brooklyn. I mean, as far as James Harden and Kyrie Irving are concerned, because these are the two main studs in the offense. You know, typically we're dealing with the big three when KD's in there. When KD's out, or when you take one of these guys away, it becomes very clear, crystal clear, as to who's going to be shooting the ball. So those two guys are going to be a high priority for me on this slate. On the Detroit side, you know, with no Derrick Rose any longer and some injuries here, we could be dealing with some more usage to go around for some guys like Svi Mykhailiuk down here at 3-2. Mykhailiuk saw 39 minutes last time out, put up 27 DraftKings points. He's still only 3-2 in a fast up-tempo game. I think that he's going to become a very interesting option for sure, so he's something I want to keep an eye on. And then like Wayne Ellington's questionable, so that could open up some more usage for Josh Jackson at 5-7. Josh Jackson last night playing 37 minutes, putting up 49 DraftKings points, and they were taking on a Los Angeles Lakers team. This is a much better matchup for them. So there's definitely some interest to be had on the Brooklyn side, and there's definitely some interest to be had on the Detroit side. And depending upon the injuries, you know, we could have a lot of interest on the Detroit side, because if all these guys are out, we're going to be dealing with Jeremiah Grant, Mason Plumlee, Blake Griffin, Josh Jackson, all very predictable high minutes. And I'm going to want to have interest in every single one of these guys for sure, because they're just going to be low on body, so there's going to be a lot of usage to go around for the guys that are healthy and in the game. So that's my overall breakdown there. New York taking on Miami. As far as the Vegas lines are concerned, this game comes in with a 208.5 over-under with a 7-point spread in favor of the Miami Heat. So this is going to be a very slow-paced game. It is very rare in the NBA today you see a total that low. And so I'm not going to lie to you guys, we're going to be able to make pretty quick work of this breakdown. I'm not really going to want to go to a lot of people in this game. It's a 7-game slate. I don't think it's too necessary to be playing guys in a game this slow. If I'm going to someone, I'm playing the price tag game. You know, I'm not looking to pay up for these high price tier guys, because even though a guy like Julius Randle has elite usage at 9-1 in the pace in this game, like, you know, could he go out there and get you 50 DraftKings points? Sure. But is he going to really have much room for more upside than that? No, where we could be paying for a guy cheaper, like a Josh Jackson in the Brooklyn-Detroit game that we just talked about, like a lot cheaper in a fast-paced game, and he could legitimately possibly match Julius Randle's upside. So, Yeah, I'm not looking to go there. Goran Dragic is out, so that's going to get a bit of a bump to a guy like a Tyler Hero. So you could be maybe playing him at 6-7, and then Kendrick Nunn as well. But Kendrick Nunn continues to kind of struggle, so I don't know. He did put up 39 and 26 recently, but after putting up 17, 27, 18 for a while there, a little inconsistent is my point. The upside's there, but just know what you're getting yourself into there. And then Reggie Bullock at 4-4. Had a big game last time. I guess you could play him. He's going to be having a bunch of minutes. And Alec Burks on the New York side. But other than that, I don't know. It's going to be such a slow-paced game, guys. Like, good luck. I'd rather go to some other spots. Houston taking on New Orleans. John Wall's expected to be back in this one. This game comes in with a 220.5 over-under with a 4.5-point spread in favor of the New Orleans Pelicans. So, not exactly the fastest-paced game. So, similar to what we just discussed with the last game, I'm not really looking to pay up for, like, Zion, Brandon Ingram right now. We'll see how my projections grade out. But if I'm picking one of these guys, it's definitely Zion. Zion continues to be more involved on the glass and overall. Ingram had a big game last time out, but continues to kind of be failing to meet his price tag pretty consistently. Victor Oladipo's priced up at 7-9, and now John Wall is back, so I'm going to be probably fading Victor Oladipo. This is a back-to-back for Victor Oladipo and DeMarcus Cousins, so take that for what you will. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to John Wall at 7-3. On the New Orleans side, I'm really interested in Lonzo Ball at 6-3. I think he has a lot of upside to surpass that price tag, putting up consistently around 38 to 40 DraftKings points. I think there's a lot of room for upside there. Same rule applies for Eric Bledsoe. I will say, though, don't play these guys in the same lineup because they seem to feed into each other's usage a little bit. So, I don't know. It's tough. You could play them both in the same lineup. It just seems a little counterproductive to me to be doing so. And, yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my interest in this one, honestly, guys. It's a pretty quick sum up there, ironically. But, yeah, I mean, not the fastest-paced game. Houston and New Orleans, you'd expect it to be somewhat faster-paced, but these teams just aren't doing that this year. So, Golden State taking on San Antonio. We just saw this game last night. So, deja vu. 232.5 over-under with a 1.5-point spread in favor of the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty clear as to who we're going to in this game. It's Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Kelly Oubre on the Golden State side. That's really the only guys I'm looking to play. On the San Antonio side, it's DeJounte Murray, Jakob Poeltl, Kendall Johnson, and DeMar DeRozan. It's really just the top guys. These guys down here on the bench, not really looking to go to anyone. My favorite options would be DeJounte Murray at 6'5". I said I'd have a lot of interest in him last night, and he went out and put up 62 DraftKings points, so very good game. He did have 8 steals, which is a bit of an outlier. But if you were playing on FanDuel, you get that 3 points per steal. I'm sure you were very happy camper last night having DeJounte Murray. But yeah, I'm going to continue to like him at 6'5". And then Draymond Green at 6'9", I'm going to continue to like with no big men. He's taking on a lot more responsibility as far as rebounds are concerned, and he has triple-double upside every single time he takes the floor. He had 10 rebounds, 10 assists. The only thing he didn't get to last time was the points. But if you can get you that triple-double on DraftKings, you'd be really happy with that, giving the triple-double bonus. And yeah, then Jakob Poeltl, Kendall Johnson, Kelly Oubre, all these guys are some pretty decent lineup fillers if you find that you land in this price range and you need one more guy in your lineup at their particular position. Orlando taking on Portland. Damien Lillard comes in with a 10K price tag. Still no CJ McCollum, so he's going to continue to see a lot of usage. As far as the Vegas lines, this game does not have a over-under released yet. It is a 4.5-point spread in favor of the Portland Trail Blazers, but we do not have a over-under yet. I would expect it to be somewhere in the middle of the pack. Somewhere in the 220s range would be my guess, so pretty respectable over-under, but that's just my guess right now. Damian Lillard at 10K, Nikola Vucevic at 8.9. These are the two premier options on both sides. Damian Lillard continues to be somewhat underwhelming at his price tag. He was priced all the way up to 10.7. He only put up 36, 49, and 56 DraftKings points the last 3 times out. But It's Damien Lillard. He can go out there and get you, 80 DraftKings points on any given night if he does get hot. So I'm not going to tell you to not play the guy. Just keep in mind he is priced up for his role. So he's really got to have a big game in tournaments. He's got to get you, 60 plus. Nikola Vucevic, 51 and 77 DraftKings points. 2 big games in a row. And then last time out, putting up a pretty bad game, but it was a back-to-back, and they were getting blown out, so they pulled him pretty early. And Portland's front court defense does not scare me. I don't think that Enes Kanter is a good defender. He's not a good defender. I can tell you that with full confidence. So I think Nikola Vucevic could have a good day. And Enes Kanter at 7.5, a very good fantasy point per minute producer, also makes sense on the other side. Not quite as good of a matchup taking on Vucevic as Vucevic has taken on him, but big price discount there, so you could be having some interest in him. Evan Fournier and Aaron Gordon continue to be out, so Nikola Vucevic is just that much better of a play. You got Dwayne Bacon, James Ennis, and Gary Clark down here in the low range once we start getting down. Cole Anthony as well. Makes some sense at 5'9". He's going to continue to see a bunch of usage. Terrence Ross as a 6th man off the bench at 5K. I really like. Hasn't had a big game in a while. I don't know what's going on with Terrence Ross, but I'm just waiting on it. Honestly, I would love him as a tournament play tonight because they need his scoring. He's really been struggling, but one of these days he's going to have like 40-plus DraftKings points, and at 5K, that's going to absolutely blow his price tag out of the water. So I would continue to have interest in Terrence Ross. And then, Michael Carter-Williams is out. So Dwayne Bacon, Ken Birch, James Ennis, Gary Clark, all these guys are going to continue to see minutes in the rotation. Dwayne Bacon at 4-1 makes a lot of sense as a high upside play at his price tag. James Ennis, Gary Clark, not exactly good fantasy point per minute producers, but going to be getting a lot of minutes. So, these are all intriguing value options that could pay off in a big way. It's tough. I wish, we were really confident in their fantasy point per minute production. Mo Bamba at 3.4 is a very good fantasy point per minute producer, but we didn't really lose any guards. I mean, any big men. It's all guards. Mo Bamba played 12 minutes last time against the Chicago squad in the blowout and put up 30.25 DraftKings points in 12 minutes. So it's like, wow, if we could play him, that'd be amazing. But unfortunately, the only reason he got the run is because it was a blowout. It's Damien Lillard, it's Nikola Vucevic. Really like Nikola Vucevic. That's my overall breakdown there. I think I gave you guys a pretty in-depth breakdown of who I'm liking there. Philadelphia take it on Sacramento in the late game at 10 o'clock. One of the late games, I should say. There's 3 10 o'clock games tonight. So 231.5 over-under with a 5-point spread in favor of the Philadelphia 76ers. So a game that's expected to stay, somewhat close and is expected to be a pretty high-scoring game. So, you're going to definitely have some interest in some options in this one. And it all starts with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, a very ridiculously good fantasy point per minute producer. He's up there as one of the best in the league. So I'm going to have interest in him for sure. The Sacramento defense is terrible. So Joel Embiid, could possibly be one of my top plays on the slate. Really like him. Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris. I mean, anytime Joel Embiid's in, even though these guys are priced down a little more, I'd rather go to Joel Embiid. However, with that being said, I mean, Sacramento is literally probably one of the best matchups you could get, guys. So if this game's going to stay close, I could see all 3 of these guys getting there. And then on the Sacramento side, it's pretty straightforward as well. You're playing De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Halliburton, Rashawn Holmes, and then that's where my interest cuts off. I'm not really looking to go down any further. De'Aaron Fox at 8.8 is priced up the most. For good reason, he's the top guy on their offense, but it's like, that's kind of tough when you can play Buddy Hield and Halliburton and Rashawn Holmes, who all have similar upside on any given night. And you get them at a massive discount. I mean, we're talking like $2,000 cheaper for Buddy Hield and even cheaper for Halliburton and Rashawn Holmes. So, I would just rather play Halliburton and Rashawn Holmes at 5'7" and 6'2" than pay all the way up for De'Aaron Fox at a very similar fast-paced game and similar point per minute production. So, yeah, those are my favorite options in this play. Play Halliburton, or this game. Play Halliburton. Play Rashawn Holmes. Play Buddy Hield. Harrison Barnes continues to see a bunch of minutes as well, so you could play him. And then on the Philadelphia side, I absolutely love Joel Embiid. And then Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons. You don't really need to get cute with anyone else. Seth Curry at 4-2, I really would like to play. He just hasn't seen a ton of minutes since he came back from injury, but we did finally see him play 27 minutes last time out, so he could be an intriguing option as well. Shake Milton at 4-3. Same thing. You know, all these guys, unfortunately, Shake Milton, Seth Curry, Cork Matts, Danny Green are all kind of feeding into each other, so I'd say you can rotate them through your lineups if you're playing multiple lineups. Probably only play one of them, maybe two of them, but you know, one of them could definitely have a big game at that price tag range. Boston taking on Utah. Last game of the slate. Jason Tatum comes in at 9-2 with a 220.5 over under with a 4.5 point spread in favor of the Utah Jazz. And yeah, I mean, Jaylen Brown continues to be questionable. Mike Conley's already out. Marcus Smart's already out. If Jaylen Brown continues to be out, we're going to love Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum, just because of all the usage they're going to be receiving. Not the fastest paced game, of course, though, so it's like we aren't going to love them quite as much as we would if there was a better game environment, but with no Mike Conley on the Utah side, that's going to make us like Donovan Mitchell a lot more, and we could see some more usage out of the 6-man off the bench and Jordan Clarkson as well at 6K, so I'd be giving a hard look to those guys. You know, Donovan Mitchell specifically, he's been priced up way too much in my opinion for his role in this offense, but a lot of that has had to do with Mike Conley being in. Now Mike Conley's out, and there is no Marcus Smart to guard him, so if Jaylen Brown is out and Marcus Smart are out, I'm going to like Donovan Mitchell a lot because those are their two premier on-ball defenders, and they're both out. So, going to be a great matchup bump for Donovan Mitchell in this matchup with those guys out. And if they do continue to be out, remember that I said that. Keep that in mind and play Donovan Mitchell in your lineups tonight. Yeah, I mean, you could play a Bojan Bogdanovic. You could play a Joe Ingles, who got the start last time out at 5'8". Didn't really have the biggest game, but did play 32 minutes, and definitely could have a bigger game than that. Definitely has, you know, 40-plus DraftKings points upside with his ability to shoot the 3-ball. And yeah, that's pretty much the extent of this one. That's my overall breakdown on this 7-game slate. Before I let you guys go, as always, I got to give you my lock of the night. Let's get into it. And my lock of the night tonight is going to be Nikola Vucevic at 8-9, taking on this Portland squad that has been pretty dreadful defensively all season long, and taking on the defense of Enes Kanter. I absolutely love Nikola Vucevic in this matchup. I think that Enes Kanter is going to have his hands full in this one, and I think Nikola Vucevic with no Aaron Gordon, with no Evan Fournier, is going to continue to see a ton of usage in this offense. Very good fantasy point per minute producer, and I don't think that this 8-9 price tag is enough to scare me off him. Absolutely love him at this price. Absolutely love him on this slate, and there's no doubt that Nikola Vucevic is my lock of the night. So there you have it, guys. Nikola Vucevic, get him in your lineups. If you did enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, that would be greatly appreciated. And then don't forget to check out my Patreon package, linked below in the description for some further content from me guys. Very affordable price, very valuable tools I put together over there. And I think you're going to be really happy with the money you're able to win using those tools. So check it out. That is all from me in this one. Wish you guys all the best of luck tonight, and we will see you in the next one.